Oh, so I just finished this game and realized I was not recording, which is a big, major blow. So I'm going to redo this on a different, against a different team in a different game, and it's probably going to be longer. So that was basically the end of this game that I was recording to show you that I am legitimate, and I only ended up winning by 14. I thought I'd win by like quite a bit more. But you can see the stats, like, I mean, I obviously wasn't really trying and won by that much. Shot 12 three-pointers. Most of my shots were threes. The issue was is that Dominique, he just started lighting me up towards the end of the game, but so be it. Someone might do that. Make sure, okay, my mic is on. I hope that didn't stop the recording because that would be embarrassing. Might not record this again if I stop recording. So you can see that I didn't get the MT requirements, but it doesn't really matter. You don't need the MT requirements. But I'm gonna just show you some tips, tricks, and hints, and Merry Christmas, and presents, or elves, and Santa Claus, or something like that. Dog going by trying to eat the cat litter or something like that. So I just want to verify what's at the end here. I don't think this is worth it, honestly, for 60%, 60 to 70% of people. But you do get a diamond consumables pack with 33, with 11 wins. Assuming those are 3-star wins that you're getting, you get 20. You get a Hall of Fame badge, which probably within the next 2 hours we'll figure out. Oh wait, no. By the end of the day, we'll figure out what that is. That's for 22 wins. But basically, I'll just show you what to do here. Before this happens, I'm going to change my lineup because I did not mean for Chris Mullen to be in here. I am basically XP grinding, which is what I expect, or not expect, what I suggest everyone to do is XP grind during all this. One good thing is you're getting contracts because I'm getting a lot of players that need contracts, especially with my low MT because I had spent 60k on useless players over the last couple of days. Yeah, it's pretty nice though because you get 6 contracts after every game, which is pretty nice. So it's the first thing I do, and I pretty much confirmed this. It's that you can actually start with this domination. You don't have to go through current domination like you did for NBA 75 domination. So you can start here. All of you guys will be in group 1. Again, most of the people watching this are probably in the bottom 5%. So I usually just, first thing I do is just kind of look for a team that's not really that bad. You don't have to start with a bad team. Again, all these teams are necessarily pretty good, but the teams I started off with was this one. That was the first one. And then I did that. I did this team. And, yeah, so basically, the Joe Ingles is actually a gold card. But, yeah, you're playing highest as an amethyst, which is probably average of most people's teams watching this video, unless you just started the game. You still probably got a better team than this. Let's be honest here. So that's what I do. I'm gonna look here. I'm gonna basically look for the worst, or not the worst team. I'm gonna look for the best team because I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling like that, and I confirm. I think that I don't think this is gonna be the hardest team here, but on paper wise and tier wise is the best team. So then the next thing I do is look for a player that I can abuse. And with I keep messing up here. So with this team, you can abuse anyone. They're all bad players. But let's just say you start on this team. So I know Jaren Jackson Jr. is pretty good. I mean, the AI doesn't know how to use him. The computer doesn't know how to use him. But most people in this game know how to use him, so he is a good card. But the glaring weakness here is the small forward position. So if you got like someone like Melo or I don't know. I don't know a lower tier card. I got most of them. Maybe like a guy like Sadiq Bey. He's pretty good. Yeah, these guys. No. I mean, just try to just put your best player at the small forward. Like RJ Barrett. He's a good card for this. Guard against him. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. Not that. Just know that most of your offense will probably go through the small forward. Mike Conley, I think, has clamps. Jaren has clamps. So you're not really going to score on them too much. But the method I have, you could score really anyway. I mean, Mike Conley's not even that good of a defender. So once you got your team set up, I would necessarily put defensive players around all the rest of your players, or guys that you're real confident with scoring with. Me, I got both. You know, I got all these players have clamps except for Vucevic, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what your center position is. I suggest someone that's very good at guarding the inside. So somebody can get rebounds, because that's the only thing that's going to keep you from winning these games. And I think I can show you with this David Robinson, because he's one of those guys that's going to get a whole bunch of rebounds. I saw one of those other tiers, one of those other games, is that they had Wilt Chamberlain. He gets a lot of rebounds. Shaq, he gets a lot of rebounds. Just any center that's good is going to get a whole bunch of rebounds off you. But I'll show you against a difficult, I wouldn't say a difficult team, but one of the tougher teams, especially at the beginning here. So let's just skip all this. A few things I start off with at the beginning of the game is offensive settings. You want this Hawks freelance. There's a few other ones you can do, like 21 delay. 21 delay is pretty good. Trying to upload that other video. Also, you want to scroll down here and put in, or you don't have to, but if you have the Bucks playbook, you have ISO 5 out. And this is what I do. Defensive settings. I always immediately set this on tight, and then I'll sometimes set this. There's other stuff you can do, like screens. You can set the players to go over or go under. Doesn't really matter. And then I just look for guys who can't really shoot. These two guys can shoot. He can shoot. He's not going to shoot. So I would... if you don't know, there's a thing called tendencies. And this guy's not going to shoot. He has a somewhat good three-pointer. David Robinson does too, but he's not going to shoot. Oh my gosh, they have T-Mac too. He's good. Eddie's good. Otis can't really shoot, but he can knock it down. Otis Thorpe's not going to shoot. Artis isn't going to shoot. I think he's preset to shoot. Truck's not going to shoot. Vin's not going to shoot. We'll leave Trevor Ariza. Those are a few things I do. I usually make sure your depth coaching engine's off. Substitution doesn't really matter, but I usually put that on manual, so I can do that. Timeouts are annoying, so I usually set that on manual. And just whatever you want. I usually set this to no help, because it's kind of annoying when I usually don't set defensive settings ever, but you don't really even need to set the settings. I usually only do the offensive settings because I'm really big on spacing. But I mean, it's kind of annoying when players help and you give up a wide open three-pointer. I always lose the tip off. First thing you want to do is just switch to your center. You don't press R1 L2 and it'll switch to your center. Just play off-ball, it doesn't matter. There's no reason in sweating the AI. I'm gonna give up points. Okay, first thing you do, press right on the D-pad, L1, X. It'll go into this freelance. Then you want to double tap L1, and then you're in the freelance. Again, that's not a very high percentage shot, but I just wanted to get it up. This actually is a somewhat difficult team here. I'll show you next time down the floor defensive settings you can set. Just a few things to do here. There's always blowing by your opponent. Gilbert Arenas might not be able to get blown by, but there's always a pick and roll. You always have this, and if you don't know how to do the post, any post moves, first you're going to start holding L2 and backing down into someone, and then you have these controls here. Again, if you don't know how to do this, there you have other issues here, but just a little help here. Okay, I missed drop step. Drop step is tapping square button. And then spin is rotating with the right stick. Whichever way you want to, it's a circular motion. Defensive settings, if you press the right button, you can scroll over. I usually set no threes. I usually protect perimeter. Okay, see, that's already working. And just do this again. Sometimes they'll all automatically have a mismatch. And sometimes they'll help. Okay, I messed that up, but never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll just keep setting the settings here. Oops, never mind. I'm struggling here, guys. Trust me, I'm not this bad. You saw I won. Again, sometimes you can just... Steve Francis is nice because he has that behind the back. And it's pretty much a speed glitch. So I'm going to keep setting these settings. Crash the glass, you want that for sure. Sometimes you can set who you want to focus on. Vince Carter. I usually do Jordan rules on them. Make sure that they don't score. Sometimes it'll send like a nice little kind of double team. Make sure the guy plays the guy a little harder. Another thing that's good about this... Okay, I didn't get it there. Is that they'll sometimes help. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Okay, guys, I might have to actually sweat this one. This game might actually be somewhat difficult. But maybe I'll bait them to help here. Nope, they didn't help, but sometimes they'll help. You can just get an open three. Maybe they won't suck here. Or to leave Mitch Richmond open. This is not good, guys. I'll show you another method here in case you need a three-pointer. That the AI usually goes under. Guys, don't laugh at me. I underestimated this team. But if you need a three-pointer, they go under the screen. They didn't there. This team is just really cracked. I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna get any better with T-Mac. He's like the best AI player because he does this. Maybe he'll do it during the game, but he does. My gosh. Okay. This isn't great. But yeah, they sometimes go under the screen. I'm brutally struggling here. I might restart this. Really embarrassed. I still think I can win this though. But they'll go under that screen. Probably not this team. This team, teams like this, you want to just run the pick and roll with. Oh my gosh, they're just cracked. I'm embarrassing myself, but trust me, I'll end up winning this game once I turn the recording off. But basically, that's all I do. There's other ways to get three-pointers. You can step back. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, they get a lot of rebounds. Oh yeah, and there's a difference between the ISO 5 out and the pass and screen away. Okay, I got a three there. Sometimes that's open. I'll show you at the next quarter, but it's different. Okay, I'm gonna get in the bench. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, you want to make sure you put in your bench if you have a full team. You don't want your players getting hurt. It's kind of a nuisance because you gotta spend heals on them, or you just don't play them for a couple games. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's domination. You probably got 4 dozen players you are okay running with. But I'll show you this. So I'm in passing screen away. See how KG and Michael Red, now Vucevic, they're standing at the hash mark. If I press ISO 5 out, they'll be the same spacing, but they're standing fairly close. And of course, I shot a bad shot, but I don't really care at this point. I'll end up winning this game once I turn the cameras off. But yeah, you basically want to run your bench. I'll end up winning this game. Don't you worry. I don't suck that much. Yeah, gosh. They're just cracked. I'll win this game. I'll sweat it out. I'll probably have the lead by the third quarter. But thank you for watching. If you have any other tricks or anything else you want to learn from me, I have triple that offline method. Any other thing, I'll probably keep posting videos at least for the next couple days while the house is quiet. But anyways, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.